funny experiences more than the really scary ones. I mean, when the shell blew up outside my window, I will never forget that. But the thing I remember most about that is after it blew up, I came downstairs completely white, and my colleagues, one of my colleagues, a German guy, was cooking up some pasta, and he looked at me, you know, and without kind of saying, "Oh my God, are you okay?" He looked at me, "Oh, good, just in time for some pasta." I mean, completely deadpan, which I found was, you know, very kind of the right way to deal with it. Although I was like shaking, but I actually did have a good plate of pasta. I was in a situation once where a shell went off, and I had a flak jacket on, and the guy next to me didn't, and he died. And I was in a situation in Sarajevo where people were shot in front of the presidency, the presidential palace, and we were in a car, and we got them in our car and pulled them up and took them to the hospital. And those are kind of moments that in this situation where the guy literally was hit in the chest with shrapnel and I wasn't, it's, you know, you're both blown back and he's gone and you're not, and it's just kind of like, you know, what do you do? So it's harsh, but it's kind of, you're in it. And partially, I mean, there's a book by Chris Hedges about kind of man and war and why we like doing this kind of stuff. And there is a bizarre attraction that pushing yourself to the limit has, you know, extreme sports, etc. It's the same type of impulse in a way. At the same time, you think you're doing something important because you're trying to, quote unquote, tell the world what you're seeing. I just thought after my first kid, I just didn't need to do it anymore. I was married when 9/11 happened, and I was in Pakistan and then Kandahar, and that was sort of the last that I wanted to do, and that was good. And also the tenor of the job, I mean, especially in Iraq, was different. I mean, in Iraq, you couldn't. Now you can leave the bureau, but then, I mean, for 3 years, you could barely leave the bureau because unless you were embedded, because people just wanted to kill you. And whereas in Bosnia, it was a little bit more random, and we were targeted, but not really, and so you could do your job. But I also basically felt that I'd done that for 8 years, and that was long enough. Now, some people like John Burns, et cetera, will continue to do it until, you know, they're in their grave. But I was just not going to do that. And I also had another love, which was China, which was something that really, it has vegetables, hot showers, and no one's trying to kill you. So.